All right, so this week we're talking about angle relationships. Uh, Today we'll get into just the basic angles and angle relationships. Tomorrow I'll try to include some angle relationships with triangles. Now, the first two on this worksheet, which I uploaded on Schoology, you can download it for yourself and look at it as a reference throughout the week. The first two are supplementary and complementary angles. So with supplementary angles, supplementary angles here are 180 or 180 degrees when you add them together. So let's say this one A is uh, let's say 120, B would have to be 60 because 120 plus 60 is 180. So whatever A is, B has to be whatever it takes to make 80 or 180. And that's pretty similar to complementary angles here on this side. Complementary angles have to add up to make 90. Okay, so if I have, let's say 60 here, this has to be 30 because they have to make 90 together. What if B is 50 and A has to be 40 because that's what makes 90 degrees, right? So they have to add up to make 90 degrees for complementary angles. Okay. Next we have corresponding angles. And this is just saying that this is the same angle. A and B are the same angle in different spots, right? And you can kind of look at them and tell they're the same angle. We have two parallel lines here and a transverse line going through there. So that's what makes those two congruent because the parallel lines that A and B lie on. Okay, next you have adjacent angles. And adjacent angles just means next to each other. There's nothing about the degrees that you have to worry about. It's just sometimes we use the term adjacent angles, and you should know that they mean next to each other. All right, alternate exterior angles. These are also equal, right? We can look at them and tell they're also equal. A and B here are equal. Now they're on the opposite of the transversal. Notice how they're on the opposite. This one is on the left side of the transversal, and this one is on the right side of the transversal. A is on the left, B is on the right. And also notice where they are compared to the parallel lines. This one is alternate interior angles. Notice how this one is exterior and this one is interior. Look at where they are on the parallel lines. Here they're on the outside, here they're on the inside. Now notice they're also on the opposite sides of the transversal line. One is on the left side over here, the other one is on the right side. But they are congruent or equal. Alternate interior angles. Next, we have consecutive exterior, all right, and consecutive interior. Both of these add up to make 180. Notice how B and A are B and this angle here, not necessarily A, are the same. So if those two make 180, obviously B and A would have to make 180. You won't really see these consecutive interior and exterior angles. All right, same thing here. These add up to make 180. They're both inside and they're both on the same side of the transversal line.
Haley Bird, come to the main office, please. Haley
All right,
Bird.
next we have perpendicular angles. All right, they form, all right, it's two right angles. I'm sorry, two right angles. That's all you have to know about that one. Two right angles are called perpendicular. Just because these two lines make perpendicular lines. Uh, Next, we have vertical angles. Vertical angles are also congruent. If two angles are across from each other, they are congruent. They have to be exactly across from each other. And those are your angles that you have to know. All right. And like I said, this sheet will be on Schoology. Come back and look at this video if you ever need any extra help.